All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, happens to pretty much all of us, but we almost never actually talk about it out loud. It involves, well, weird changes in weird places. Yep, we're talking about body hair.
You know that moment, right? You're just minding your own business and then you see it, a white hair. And not on your head. And you have that split-second thought of, wait a minute, when did that get there? Well, guess what? You are not alone, and it's about time we got some straight answers.
So first things first, let's talk about the color. Why does hair, any hair on your body, turn white? The absolute best way to think about it is like paint chipping off an old car. Seriously, it's a cosmetic change, not a sign that the engine's about to fall out.
So what's really going on under the hood? Well, those tiny little factories inside your hair follicles that produce pigment, that's called melanin, they're just getting a little older. They're slowing down production. That's literally it. The hair is still growing just fine. It's just coming out, well, unpainted.
Okay, now this is probably the most important thing you're going to learn today, so listen up. You need to think of your body as having two totally separate departments for hair. You've got the paint shop, which handles the color, and you've got the growth factory, which decides how much hair you have. And here's the kicker. They operate completely independently of each other.
And because those two departments are totally separate, the paint can start chipping in one area way before it starts in another. This is exactly why you see all these kind of weird combinations out there, like a guy with a completely white beard, but a full head of dark hair. It is all 100% normal. Your body does not follow a neat and tidy schedule for this stuff.
So let's just boil this down. The big takeaway from this first part is super simple. Seeing white hair, wherever it might be, just means the color system for that specific area is aging. It has absolutely nothing to do with whether that part of your body is still, working.
Okay, so that takes care of color. But what about the amount of hair? If the paint shop is one system, then the quantity of your hair is kind of like a report card for a completely different system, your hormones.
And it's a pretty logical chain of events, really. As we get older, our levels of certain hormones, like testosterone, naturally start to dip a bit. Now, this can, and I'm really stressing the word can here, cause body hair to get a little finer or a bit thinner. The key word is can.
Because, and this is super important, it's not like flipping a light switch. It's not a sudden thing where you wake up one day and all the hair is gone. It's a really slow, gradual process. And honestly, for some people, it barely happens at all.
You see, the real secret sauce here is that it's a two-part equation. It's not just about your hormone levels. It's also about how sensitive your individual hair follicles are to those hormones. And that part, that's just pure genetics. So you could have slightly lower hormone levels but really sensitive follicles and still be plenty hair.
All right, so now that we've got the science down for color and quantity, let's get to the juicy part. Let's tackle the big worries, the big myths, so we can all just stop guessing and stressing out.
Okay, let's just tackle the elephant in the room first. So many people see thinning pubic hair and they immediately panic, right? They think, oh no, my hormones are gone, my sex life is over. That is absolutely 100% false. Think of hair quantity like one little indicator light on a giant airplane dashboard. It is not the main engine switch.
And that leads us right into myth number 2, this idea that if you don't have high levels of male hormones, then erections are just impossible. Nope, not true at all. While hormones are definitely part of the team, they aren't the star players. Low levels might affect your, let's say, your motivation or the overall quality, but they absolutely do not shut the whole operation down.
Here's the deal. An erection is fundamentally about two things: your nervous system sending the right signals and your vascular system delivering enough blood flow. Those are the two main ingredients. So what about hormones? Think of them as the turbo booster. They're an important enhancer that makes the process better, but they don't start the engine.
So let's put our two big ideas together now to solve a puzzle that honestly confuses a lot of people: having hair that is both white and still really thick. It really is a simple formula when you think about it. The color system, our paint shop, is starting to age and wind down. But the growth system, our hormone factory, is still humming along just fine. So what do you get? A full thick patch of white hair. And it is totally, completely normal.
And you know, this is the perfect illustration, the ultimate proof that white does not equal less. They are not connected. They are controlled by two totally separate systems in your body. One can be slowing down while the other is still working at full capacity. Period.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's just wrap this all up, boil it down into one final super clear framework that you can take with you. Here it is, your final cheat sheet. It's this simple. When you see your hair color changing from dark to white, that's your melanin system. When you see the quantity of hair changing from thick to thin, that's about your hormones plus your genetic follicle sensitivity. And when you think about sexual function, the main players are your nerves and blood vessels. Hormones are just a helpful bonus. Simple, right?
So from now on, the next time you notice a change, you don't have to wonder. You don't have to worry. You have the logic. You can look at your body's changes and hopefully just understand them a little bit better.